What is going on YouTube? It's your boy Prince and I'm back with another video for y'all. Okay guys, so in this video I am going to be talking about credit building, right? A lot of people think credit building is so hard, it's rocket science. It's really not. It's very simple. And I'm just going to explain my way on how I got my credit score from 580 to now my credit score is at 780 to 790. That's my average, right? Um, so guys, the first thing first, you want to check your credit report or your credit history on Credit Karma. I use Credit Karma and I use Experian, right? You can have different software, website and places that you can check. Credit Karma is very simple. It simplifies it for you and it explains each category of your credit history to you. It's very simple, right? I do use Credit Karma every single day to check and monitor my credit. Just get to Credit Karma and get on there and see what your credit history look like. See what you need to work on. You might need to work on your credit payment. You might need to work on your credit card usage. You might need to work on getting derogatory marks off your credit card. Stuff like that, right, guys? So there are 6 factors when it comes to building credit, guys. Factor number 1 is your payment history, right? Payment history is what it says. It's your payment history. You definitely want to make sure that your payment history is as high as possible, right? Meaning my payment history is 100%, right? You definitely want to have a high percentage of payment history, right? Mine is 100%. That means I have not missed or being late on a payment, right? You definitely want to make all your payments on time every single time, right? Late payments normally get reported to the bureau after it hits 30 to 60 days, right? So you have up until 30 days to get your payment in. Definitely with myself, I make sure that I make my payments on the payment date. I always have a auto pay and stuff like that enabled. That way I do not accidentally miss a payment, because that is going to hit your credit score very, very hard, right? So definitely make sure that you're working on your payment history and make sure that you have a 0 missed payment and 100% on time payment, right? Make sure that you have 100% on time payment. So number 2, guys, is your credit card usage, right? Your credit card usage is it builds up it's your credit utilization. That's what that is, right? Your credit utilization is the amount of credit that you are using at a time, right? So for example, if you have a credit card with $600 and you have a credit card with $400, your total combined credit limit is $1,000, right? So fun fact, you do not want to be using more than 30% of your whole credit buildup, right? So 30% of the $1,000 is $300. Me myself, I do not use more than 10% of my credit card limits combined. I do not use more than 10%. You definitely want to keep that as low as possible. If you have to use your credit cards anytime, keep it. Definitely try to keep it under 30%. No, please note, if you go over 30%, it's going to hit your credit really, really hard, right? So you definitely want to, especially trying to build your credit up, you definitely want to limit the amount of credit that you're using. Yeah, you get credit and you get punished for using it. It's just part of the game, right? But credit lenders, they don't want to see you as risky. Like, we gave you $1,000 and you used $1,000, just like that, right? So you definitely want to keep that very low. Myself, I have my total credit card. My credit cards is over $100,000. So obviously my utilization for 30% would be a lot more, obviously. So mine would be $30,000. And that's the benefit of having a higher credit amount. Because I have over 20 credit cards, so my combined credit is over 100,000. Next thing, guys, is derogatory marks. Number 3. Derogatory marks, those are very, very serious. You do not want to have derogatory marks on your credit. Derogatory marks are accounts that got closed negatively, like closed credit card that you never used and got reported. Stuff like that, like repossession, foreclosure on your home, stuff like that. Those goes under your derogatory. Gets sent to the credit bureau, and those are going to hit your credit very, very hard. You know, derogatory, I've seen it take people credit score down probably about 15 to 20 points or more. You know, so that is very serious. You definitely do not want to have any derogatory, any negatively closed account on your credit history, your credit report. All right. Next thing is the age of credit. Right. So the age of credit is the average age of your credit. Right. So age of credit, like myself, my age of credit is 2 years. I've been building my credit for almost 4 years. You know, but my age is lower because I have so many credit cards. So each account that you open, it lowers the age limit of your credit score. You know, it lowers that category. You know, so the next thing is your total account. I do have I have 30 accounts because, as I said, I have over 20 plus credit cards. You know, so I do have 30 accounts. You know, but I have a great account mix, right? Because I have credit cards, I have car payments, I have loans, I have mortgage, you know, stuff like that. You know, so I have a great mix. So I do have an excellent mixture of accounts, right? Next thing is hard inquiries. Right now, currently, I do have 10 hard inquiries, you know, or more, 10 plus, right? Let's just say 10 plus because I opened so many credit cards past few years, so I do have, and hard inquiries take 2 years to fall off your account. So after 2 years, those fall off, and they'll bounce back positively. You know, so hard inquiries are temporary. You know, after 2 years, they do fall off. You know, but you do have to be careful on opening too many accounts. You know, in a short period of time. You know, and I did that. I did open a lot of accounts because at one point I know I had over 20 inquiries because of all of the credit cards that I've opened. You know, so that definitely affected my inquiries right there. But as I said, it affected my inquiries. But now I have a high amount of credit limit, combined, so that positively helped my credit score also. So my main focus on my credit building factor is really credit payment, making your payments on time, your credit card usage, which is your utilization, and the derogatories. Those three factors right there, guys, is going to help boost your credit crazy, right? So as I said, with your payment history, make sure that you make all your payments on time. If you're going to be late on your payment, contact your lender and let them know. Because if you do not contact your lender and let them know, they're going to report a late payment to the credit bureau, and that is going to hit your credit drastically, right? Next thing is your utilization. Definitely try to keep it. I mean, I know sometimes some people cannot help it. Money may be short, stuff like that. So you have to use more than your 30%. You're gonna go over that, but definitely try not to go too far over 30%. Because sometimes you go so far and it's hard to pull it back in. Because your 60% of your if you have $1,000 credit is going to be 600. So if you go into the 600 range, it's going to be obviously way harder to pull that back in than a $300. So as I say, my rule is I keep mine on the 10%. Like right now, I have my credit utilization with my almost $200,000 credit limit. Yes, I have almost $200,000 credit limit. I know I said 1,000, but I have almost 200,000. My credit usage is zero, right? I use zero. I'm using 0% of my credit right now at the moment. Because as I said, whatever payment, as soon as I make payments on my credit card, I go right ahead and I go ahead and pay that off. I do not bring a balance. And do not let people tell you, oh, you need to bring a balance. You have to let this report. You do not let anything report. Anything that you let report is going to get reported to the credit bureau. The only thing that you want to get report is you're swiping that card, you're using that credit card, and the credit card company is going to see all that transaction. They're going to see that you are using the credit card. You do not need to have it get reported, and then once you get reported and you pay it off, don't do all that. Like as I said, I built my credit score from nothing, from 500 something. Now I'm almost at 800, and I pay my credit card. As I said, I have zero usage at the moment, and I pay my credit cards off as soon as the payment transaction is settled out of pending. I go ahead and pay it right off. I do not leave a balance, anything like that, right? And as I mentioned, the derogatories, definitely try, if you have to, work something out with the the collector, you know, and get that account reopened and get that paid off. But the thing is, what you need to do, and I've done this myself before. I had a derogatory. I think it was for a. I don't remember what it was for, but that was when I just started building my credit. Right, I had a derogatory from a debt collector. What I did, I called them up and I let them know like, hey, I am about to pay this account off. I want you to get this removed from my credit. Right, report this, get this removed, or I'm not going to pay it. You know, so my negotiation was, once I pay this off, I need this removed from my account. And they worked something out. We paid it off, and it got removed. Right. So definitely call them up and have them you know, work something out with them and have them get that removed. Right. And that will definitely for sure help to build your credit. Right. Not rocket science. It's just easy stuff, man. Appreciate y'all for watching. If y'all have any comments, concerns, man, drop it in the comment section. Peace out.